In this video, I'm going to show you how you can take any of your ideas and turn them into fully functional mobile apps ready to be published on Google Play and App Store without any previous coding knowledge. You'll be doing it all without writing a single line of code, but instead writing just a few prompts on the brand new AI app builder called Rocket. I will be walking you through the entire process step by step, so that by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to build fully working apps with beautiful UI, custom functionality, and even external integrations with OpenAI for AI features and Resend for automatic email notifications. So let's get right into it. Very quickly, let me introduce you to Rocket. Rocket is a brand new AI app builder that allows you to build everything from simple landing pages to fully functional mobile apps. The beautiful thing about Rocket is that it's an all-in-one solution. It will be able to do everything for our mobile app: proper UI, app structure, super based backend, and of course, payment integrations. To get started building, we have a few options. We can either start with a template, we can upload our entire app's Figma design, or we can prompt it with natural language. For this video, let's do exactly that. Let's start building our app with a prompt. And as the prompt will be the foundation for our entire app, let's actually think through this. All great apps start with a good idea, but it's pointless having a good idea if you cannot articulate it clearly. So what we want to do is actually articulate our idea to the AI clearly so that it understands exactly what we're trying to build and what features we want to include. Now, Rocket is pretty smart to this. Whatever prompt we give it, it will be able to analyze it and actually think through what we need to build. However, we still want to make sure that we have a good prompt so that Rocket understands exactly what we want. If you click the link in the description, you'll actually be able to access the Rocket's documentation, which shows you exactly what you should do to make sure that your prompt is as good as possible. However, the summary of this is that we want our prompt to be specific, simple, and descriptive. What I've done is I've taken all of this documentation, fed it to ChatGPT, and basically trained it to turn my ideas into prompts ready for Rocket. For this video, I actually want to build an app that is useful for my own life as well as other digital nomads that travel a lot. The idea is to have an all-in-one comprehensive app that allows you to centralize all of your trip information in one place and be able to collaborate and share that with others. I think this app can save countless hours planning your trips with friends and family. I want to be able to have expense tracking, packing recommendations, itinerary overview, weather forecasts, etc. So what I've done is I went to ChatGPT, I recorded a quick voice message explaining my idea and asked it to format my idea into a prompt so that I can give it to Rocket. Let's go over the prompt real quick. So this is the prompt that I got. It's highly detailed, explaining exactly what we need in our app. We have a general overview here for our target quality as well as design features. Then down here we have clear description for what we want trip cards to look like, what we want our dashboard to look like, what we want our itinerary to look like, the different actions we want to have, as well as the features like uploading the document, then AI will parse that document. Here we have our weather feature explained, packing list, expenses, file uploading functionality, as well as accessibility rules, because we'll want the trip owner to be able to invite users and give them access depending on how they want it. So like we want to have like a view only link, or we want to have a collaborator. Then a few more things on typography, color system, icons, etc. As you could see, highly detailed prompt that allows us to communicate to Rocket all the features we want included, as well as the structure of our app. So you have two options here. One is do exactly as I did, use ChatGPT to help you articulate your idea into a detailed prompt. Or option two, if you're clear about your idea and you're able to communicate it clearly, you can just write out the prompt yourself. But now that our prompt is ready, let's give it to Rocket and get started building. In the Rocket dashboard, I'm going to click on mobile app, paste my prompt and click on the arrow to start building. Rocket will take a few seconds to understand our request. It understands that we are building a mobile app, so it's going to choose Flutter. At the moment for mobile apps, only Flutter is available. React Native will be supported in the near future. Here, Rocket will take a few seconds to understand our request. As on the backend, it will do its best to really understand what we're trying to build and start generating the structure for all the required pages that we requested, as well as all of the different features. It has come up with 10 pages for our app. I'm going to select all of them one by one and then click proceed. So a quick note, everything you build in Rocket will be using tokens. The more pages and the more screens you generate, the more tokens will be used. On the free plan, you get 1 million tokens, which is more than enough to build a landing page, a website, an MVP, or a basic app. You can take a look through the template section on the Rocket website to get a general idea of how many tokens it will take to build out your idea. Now, to make sure that you're not wasting tokens, only choose the screens or pages that you actually want to generate. In our case, as I want to show you the full functionality, we did choose all 10 pages. But if any of them weren't useful, we would have not selected them to make sure that we're not wasting any tokens. So our screens get generated, we will see this column here with all of the different screens. Here it will keep us updated on the progress. As each screen is being generated, it will get updated to the green icon to keep us updated on the progress. 10 to 20 minutes to generate all of our pages, as it does its best to make sure that everything is as functional out of the gate as possible. However, you do not have to sit around and wait for all of this to be generated. You can close the page, do some work, go for a walk, come back, and have your app ready. Rocket will also ping you the sound effect so that if you're still on your computer, you can hear that the job has been completed. So our app has been completed. Now we just have to wait a few seconds for it to generate a preview. Let's test it out. Here I'm greeted with the login screen. I'm gonna try logging in with the user credential that we were given. We're gonna click skip for the biometric login. So let's test out the trips. I'm gonna click on the Tokyo here and check out the different tabs. It's got the things that we asked it to generate. However, we can see here the activity button doesn't work yet. Let's click on view all. We can see the itinerary, it looks great. Let's click on the plus button here. The create event model looks great as well. The animation between the tabs looks good too. Share button works as well. Now let's test out the create trip button in the bottom here. We're gonna enter a name here, choose destination, choose a starting date, choose an ending date, then scroll down and choose our AI quick setup. I'm gonna choose family vacation and then click create trip. And of course that didn't work yet because we have not yet set up our backend. So I'm gonna copy paste the prompt that I used ChatGPT to generate as well, telling it exactly what I need for the backend structure, as well as telling it that we need user login functionality. You can pause the video now if you want to go over the prompt. I'm gonna click send. It will take a few seconds to understand our request. And here we'll have a Supabase pop-up to create our project. I'm gonna click on the button here to create the project. Let's enter project name. I'm gonna write TripPal, set up our database password, and click create project. So now our app is linked to a Supabase project that we just created. It's gonna take a few seconds to generate the code so that we can actually push that code to Supabase. Now the code is ready, you can actually click on it and then see the code itself, and we're gonna click on push to Supabase. Now let me show you the actual app in our Supabase project. If you go to our Supabase account and we go to the project that we created, and then we go to database, and then we go to table editor, we could see all of the tables that Rocket has generated and linked to our project. Now let's go back to our app. Let's test that out if it works. I'm gonna click on create account, and that doesn't work yet. So I'm gonna prompt Rocket to create a registration page where new users can create an account, and I'm also going to tell it to create logout functionality in the drop-down menu. Okay, after a few minutes that functionality has been created. Let's actually test if it works. I'm gonna go to create account. As you can see, the page has been generated. Let's fill out the fields. Okay, that works. And it even generated the model for the email verification. Let's click on back to sign in. I'm going to go to my email, click on the confirmation email that we received, and then click on the confirm your email button. And here it took us to the default redirect Supabase page. If you want to set up the redirect to be to your app, you can go back to your Supabase project, click on authentication, then click on URL configuration. And on the right side, you will see site URL. You can click there and replace localhost with your URL and then press save changes. However, that will still verify our email, so let's try logging in. Okay, the sign-in functionality doesn't work. Let's fix that. So I'm just gonna prompt Rocket to implement login functionality, this Supabase authentication. After a few minutes, that's been implemented. Let's test it out. I'm gonna enter my email as well as my password, skip the biometric login, and boom, we are in. Now it works. In just a few minutes, we've set up the registration and login functionality. Let's create our first trip. I'm going to quickly fill in the fields here. Once again, the name, location, start date, as well as end date. Choose family vacation, and then click create trip. Okay, that didn't work. It just takes us to the placeholder page. So let's fix that as well. So I just give it a quick prompt telling it to Make sure that all data is being stored in the database and that is private to the user. I'm also gonna go back to my Supabase project. I'm gonna click on storage, click new bucket and create a new storage bucket. Click save. And here I'm also gonna prompt Rocket to use this Supabase storage bucket named TripPal, which we just created, to save all the files. Now it's gonna ask us to push to Supabase again, so let's click that, as it's gonna generate some new code on how it stores data. We've got an error here, which is okay. Let's click on it and then click on fix it. By the way, if you're a paid user and you press the fix button, that does not use any of your tokens. It is free, so you don't have to worry about wasting tokens. And that's it, our error has been fixed. Now let's test out our app after fixing that error and fixing up the Supabase functionality. I'm gonna enter my login credentials and then let's try creating a new trip. I'm gonna enter the same data I did before for the trip name. Let's choose our destination. Let's choose the starting date. Let's choose the end date. Now let's scroll down again, family vacation, and then create trip. And boom, now it works. Our trip actually gets saved. Let's click on it, scroll through, okay. We don't have anything in the itinerary yet, so let's try adding something. I'm gonna click on plus, add an event title, choose a date, choose location, choose duration. Almost forgot to choose the time. And then let's click on create event. Okay, that didn't work, but that's okay, we can fix that. So I'm gonna give it a quick prompt telling it that the itinerary events are not being saved. Please make sure that it works. Okay, that worked. So I'm entered all the data again. I'm gonna click on create event. And as you can see, now it saves. Amazing. We've got this little timeline view where it will all be saved and we could see each event one by one. Now let's try out the packing page. Here we have the AI packing suggestions. For now, this is just placeholder data as we did not include OpenAI integration yet. Let's try adding a new expense. I'm gonna choose a different currency. That works. I'm gonna choose a merchant, choose $0, cash, choose the date, choose the time and click add expense. Okay, that gets saved, amazing. And the weather page works too. Now let's test out the AI document parser functionality. We have this button here, I'm gonna click on it and I'm gonna try uploading a file. So I uploaded the file and we got an error. That's okay, let's fix it as well. So actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna screenshot this error. I'm gonna drag that screenshot into the prompt window and I'm gonna tell it like this is the error that we are getting, please fix it. So that's actually one of the things that you can do when you get an error. You can take a screenshot, send it back to Rocket so that it knows exactly where the problem is and that it can understand you clear it. Okay, that's been fixed. Let's try uploading a document again. And we got a different error, but that's okay. I just did the same thing. I sent it a screenshot, told it to fix it. Let's try one more time. Sending through the document and boom, now it works. And amazing, now the upload document functionality works. Okay, now let's try out the inviting collaborators feature. I'm gonna click on the share button at the top. I'm gonna click on add collaborators. Then I'm gonna enter an email. Then I'm gonna send the invite. Then I'm going to make an account for that user I invited. So actually, as you can see, no trips seem to be appearing. So the invite functionality doesn't work yet. Let's fix that as well. So I give it a quick prompt to tell it to fix that. Okay, that was a problem with Supabase. So it generated the code. I'm gonna click push to Supabase. So after this, it should be working. So let's try inviting again and see if it works. I'm gonna invite the collaborator again. Gonna add the same email. Then down here, I'm gonna choose collaborator so that they can actually edit the trip as well. So I just logged into the account. In the top, I can actually see the invitation. Amazing. I'm gonna click accept and we're in. We actually can now edit this trip as well. Okay, so now the trip invitation functionality works. So now let's actually integrate OpenAI. So what I've done is, once again, you can pause if you want to see the full prompt, but I just told it to integrate OpenAI to provide intelligent, context-aware support within the app, and then just explain the functionality of how we want it to work. Okay, it will now ask us to enter our OpenAPI key. I'm going to go to my OpenAI account, click create secret key, then copy the key. I'm going to enter the key here and click connect. Okay, it will now generate code again. Got a small error here, not a problem. I'm gonna click fix. And now let's see if it works. I'm gonna log in again. Let's try uploading a file. Once again, got an upload error because probably we have an upload functionality, but we haven't integrated it yet, the OpenAI as well. So let's just fix that. I took a screenshot, give it a prompt telling it to fix it. And that's it. Now I'm back. Let's actually see if it all works. So I just logged in. Let's click on our trip. Let's click on the AI functionality. Let's upload a file. Okay, the file has been uploaded and has been processed. It was able to see that it was a flight ticket, and it also saw the event. Let's import the two items, and that's it. It's added the event to our itinerary, and when we went to expenses, it added our flight ticket as well. Now let's try uploading another document. I uploaded a receipt. Let's import it as well, and right away it's been added as well. Now let's try out the packing functionality. I'm gonna click here to get some suggestions. It's gonna take some time to process our trip data, and now using AI it generated our packing list. We can click on the plus button here to add it to our packing list. Let's refresh it. Okay, the things we added are there, and we can actually click on them to make sure that we pack them. Now let's go to the weather page. Using AI, it's going to give us some weather insights as well. That is all working. Now let's test out the AI functionality once again. Now let's log in as our collaborator. As you can see, all the information is there. And let's try uploading a document as well. That works. Processed. Let's click import. As you can see, that was also added from a different user. Okay, we've got OpenAI functionality. The whole app is working. Last thing I want to add is resend functionality so that we can actually send notification emails to the users as there's different updates. For example, let's say you're planning a trip with your parents make an update, you want to make sure that you know about it. The resend will be able to send notification to the other users. Okay, it's processed. Now we'll have to enter our resend API key. Paste it in Rocket, click continue, and that's it. Resend has now been integrated as well. Before I show you the emails, let me quickly show you the integrations page. So if you click on this cog icon on the top, you can actually go to the integrations and manage them all here. If you need, you can change the API keys here, but a quick note, if in here you change your Supabase project or you add any new integrations, they will not automatically work in Rocket. You will have to prompt it to make sure that it works. You'll have to prompt it to set up the functionality. But if you change any of the API keys, that will work just fine because we've already set up those integrations. But now let's make sure that the recent integration works. I'm going to go to the trip. I'm going to click on one of the expenses. I'm going to edit the price there, click save, and then I'm going to go to my email. And as you could see in my inbox, I've got the email with the update. I can click on it and actually see what has been changed. Also, the app that we've generated will be fully responsive. In the top right, you'll see this button where you can preview the app on different screens. Now our app is fully functional. All of the features that I wanted are now working. We've got ChatGPT integration for weather updates, for packing recommendation, as well as processing receipts and even adding things to our itinerary. The sharing functionality works. We can add viewers as well as collaborators, and the email functionality also works. We can send email updates on any kind of updates that are made within trips. I'm quite happy with the way it turned out. I love the UI. I think the app is very easy to navigate and it's really easy to use for what we needed. So with all of this in mind, I think it's ready to publish. However, before we do publish, I wanted to go over a few more Rocket features that I think will be useful for you during your building process. First, we've got the visual edit feature. The main way we were editing our app and fixing any kind of error was by prompting in natural language. However, you can actually use visual editor. So when you're in your app, you can click in the button in the top right to actually edit your app visually. So what this means is that you can actually click on the individual bits of the app. I'm going to click on the text here, and then you can change it without needing to prompt Rocket. I'm going to choose the different color here, and then I'm going to click on save. Rocket will take a few seconds to process this, but this will actually change the color of that text, and most importantly, it will not use any tokens. So if we prompted Rocket to do this in natural language, it will actually use tokens. But because we did this using the visual editor, no tokens will be used. And as you can see, the text color has been changed. The other cool thing about the visual editor is that we can click on individual elements, select them, and then prompt in natural language in the chat what we want changed. This way we can have more precision over the things that we're editing. So in our case, I clicked on the profile picture there, and I'm gonna ask it to change it to a different image. And as you can see, that worked. Rocket changed it to a different profile picture there. So another good way to actually edit your apps is by screenshotting the section you want changed, sending that screenshot in the chat, and then prompting it with what you want changed. So here I screenshotted the top bar, and I'm gonna tell it to add the same app icon right next to the trip pal text. And as you could see, that icon has been added. But now let's finally publish our app. Now, this is a new feature that is still in production, however, it should come out very soon. You'll see in the top right a button that says install on phone. If you click on that button and then you click on download, Rocket will generate an APK file of your app. You can then upload this APK file to your phone and test it out. If you click the link in the description, you'll be able to see the documentation, which will show you exactly how you can install this APK file on your phone. And this is still in development, but in the near future, you'll be able to publish directly to the Android and the iOS store directly from Rocket. However, for now, if you want to publish your app on both of these stores, you can check out our documentation, which shows you exactly how to do it step by step. The link for that will be in the description down below as well. And also, by the way, if you don't want to publish your app and you just want it to be available through the browser, you can click on the Publish on Web button in the top right. This way, Rocket will publish your app to Netlify. It will not be to your own Netlify account, it will be to Rocket's Netlify account, but this way you can still send this link to other users to access the app and use it. It's a good way to get your app out there and get users testing it. Now, at this point, we've covered pretty much everything you need to know to build and publish your apps. However, before we close off, I also wanted to mention that at Rocket, you can also build utility apps, meaning that you can make apps that just run locally on your phone for your specific use cases. So no external integrations are needed. This can be quite useful for anyone who's looking to build an app just for their own use case. Let me quickly show you two examples in action. So here I just prompted Rocket to build a simple offline first utility app that combines journaling, note-taking, a to-do list, and that each feature should be modular, accessible from a shared dashboard. Then I just described each feature, and in technical I specified to make sure that it uses local storage data. Then once I gave me the screen selection, I chose all 10 and click generate. And now we've got our utility app. Let's quickly test it out. So we've got a nice dashboard, the journal entering, meeting points, upcoming tasks. Now let's click on the journal. That works. Let's go back, click on the notes, also works. Let's click on the tasks, also works. And then let's go back to the dashboard. Here we have an overview of everything. Let's click plus to add a new journal entry. That also works. However, I'm going to quickly prompt it to remove all the dummy data and store the user's data locally, just so we can make sure that it works. Okay, all the dummy data has been removed. Let's actually try it out. Let's add a new journal entry. I'm going to choose content. Then for the title, I'm going to just write daily, then write some content, and then click on save entry. Then let's go to, and as you could see in the journal entries, it's right there. Now let's go back to the dashboard, let's go to tasks, and let's try adding a new task. I'm just gonna add a random task here and then click add task. That works as well. Let's go back to the dashboard again, and then let's try adding a new note. That all works too. I'm gonna click save item, and that works as well. So as you could see, literally in one prompt, we created a utility app for our own use case. Did all of the different features that we needed. Let's try to creating one more. So here I'm going to create a wellness app that is going to remind us to drink water, track healthy habits, have wellness notes. Then I also gave it a few design requirements. Then I chose 8 screens to generate, and that's it. And a few minutes later, it was generated. Let's try it out. Looks nice so far. We've got a water tracking thing on top, weekly progress, as well as quick add buttons, and a log at the bottom. Let's go to the settings. That looks great. Let's go to light and dark mode. Let's go back. The plus button works for hydration. That's great. On the top, let's actually try going to different pages. Let's go to the habits page. Looks good. Let's go to the wellness notes. Also looks good. However, the navigation is not very good now, so I'm just gonna prompt it to make all the tabs navigatable from a bottom navbar. Okay, as you can see at the bottom, we have a navbar there now. That actually works. We can navigate between the notes, between our hydration tab and the habits tab. Let's try adding hydration here. I'm gonna click on it, use the dragging feature, and then click save goal. Okay, that's been updated. Let's try the habits. I'm gonna try adding a new task. Let's say meditation, give it a name, click create. Let's go to the wellness notes. Let's try adding a new one. Just gonna leave it as is, and then add a quick note, and then click create entry. Okay, now let's try out the calendar. Here in the calendar, we can actually see the different logs. That's all working. However, the navbar at the bottom is not very good, so let's take a screenshot. I'm gonna send it to Rocket and just prompt it to fix the bottom navbar so that it's not cut out. The navbar is fixed. However, the top is being cut out, so I'm gonna screenshot and prompt that as well. Okay, that looks better. I'm gonna click on publish and then publish now. Now we've got a link that we can share to use on our phone. And as you can see, everything is working. Also, by the way, you can go to the code tab to actually see all of the code for your app, or you can even edit it there. And you have a button here to push it to GitHub, and as well as a button to download it if you want to convert it to APK yourself. And now, if you want to start building your own mobile apps, web apps, landing pages, or websites, make sure to click the link in the description and try out Rocket. And make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss our next tutorials on building with Rocket. I'll see you guys in the next video.